a co-owner of the restaurant. The restaurant operates as a non-profit, so all the profits that we make after paying all our staff and buying all the expenses goes towards funding different types of activisms. I co-run an organisation called Surge, which is based in London, and we really want to do things like advertising campaigns on the London Underground or billboard campaigns. We want to open up a sanctuary as well near London. So the idea is all the profits that we generate from here will go towards making a bigger impact.
So why did you go vegan?
And I came across this story about a truck carrying about 6,000 or 7,000 chickens crashing on the way to a slaughterhouse in Manchester in England. I remember reading this story and just feeling really horrified by what the journalist was saying, because he'd said, you know, hundreds of the animals had died from the impact. But then there was these animals who were alive and they had, you know, broken bones and broken wings and, you know, broken beaks. And I remember thinking that they must have been in so much pain. But I felt like such a hypocrite because I had chicken breasts in my fridge and I used to love KFC, so I was acknowledging that they suffered and felt pain, but I was directly paying for that to happen to them. And that really sat uncomfortable with me, and so I decided to go vegetarian quite randomly, really. That was a really big shift for me because I was raised in a family that, like most of us, that ate lots of meat and actually kind of mocked vegetarians. So that was like a big thing for me to do. I feel like before I was vegan, I lived quite a sheltered life and probably a little bit of a selfish life, where I just kind of valued how things made me feel. You know, I ate those things because I enjoyed them. I think I have more respect now, or I hope I do.
How did activism start?
Oh, I've been an activist now, I guess, for about 3 years. And the first thing I did was I set up my YouTube channel. And I'd been vegan for about a year beforehand. Towards the end of that first year of being vegan, it started to really annoy me that I was around people eating animal products, but I never really said anything. The more it happened, the more I felt like I was complicit in it continuing to happen. Because I just felt like it wasn't good enough for me no longer doing those things, that I had to actively encourage others to understand why they shouldn't as well. And from that point on, I just felt like I needed to keep doing a bit more. And I wanted to go out on the streets and talk to people. I wanted to organise different things. And I think you'll feel it as well. You know, you get that fire in your belly, don't you? And you just want to keep doing it. You don't want to stop, because the more involved you get, the more passionate you become. And then you see people changing around you and you think, wow, this is actually going to happen. And you learn more about what happens to animals and what's happening to our planet. And it makes you kind of angry, but at the same time motivated. Would you say it was the same for you?
When I became an activist, it really made me have a better understanding of veganism, basically. Once I first went vegan, I knew it was something good for the animals, but I was thinking, what more could I do? So that's when I became an activist. Some people that say activism, that one version of activism works and the other ones don't work. Do you think, what would you say to those people?
We need to have variety, because that's how we can engage the most people. Now, I agree that some things are probably more effective than others, and we should always be analysing what we do and looking at whether or not we're, you know, being effective or being ineffective. And I think that's kind of that process of self-reflection that I think we have to do as activists. And I think we always have to try and learn and educate ourselves and take kind of examples from other movements and look kind of globally at what's working for other people. Just sometimes just a really simple conversation can be one of the best things that we can do. But at the same time, I think, you know, making videos. I mean, you did that TED Talk, and that's had such a profound effect on people because it was filmed and uploaded to social media, and people can share it and watch it in their own times.
All of them are effective because we're all fighting for the animals, basically.
And what's your favourite types of activism? What do you like to do?
I like to lobby for the animals alive.
That's amazing, good.
Yeah, I think it's really effective because then you get laws passed. The video of you with the KFC bag. Whenever I see that video, it makes me think anyone can change, and I've showed the video to my friends because they're like, I can never give up my meat, but you really can.
Anyone can change. So we have to be relatable, and we have to say, look, we didn't used to eat animal products. We used to do exactly what, you know, you still do. I used to think it was normal. I used to think it was acceptable. I used to enjoy it as well. But I started to educate myself, and through that education, I started to question my actions, and then I started to empower myself to know that I could make a difference as an individual.
What would you say to people that say, I could never go vegan because I can never give up meat or dairy?
I used to say that, and we all have the ability to grow and surprise ourselves. And just because we feel dependent on something now doesn't mean that in the future we won't be able to shift our focus, shift our perspective. And you know, going vegan is such a wonderful experience because you align your morals with your actions. And everyone, even farmers and slaughterhouse workers, say they're against animal cruelty. What we have to realise is that when we buy these products, we are ourselves perpetuating a system that is inherently cruel to animals. And so going vegan aligns your morals with your actions. It makes you live more harmoniously and symbiotically with the world that we live on.
I'm writing a letter to the Pope to see if he'll go vegan for Lent for 40 days.
Wow.
And if he agrees, he'll get $1 million to the charity of his choice.
That's amazing.
So I'm trying to get people to sign the letter, so you sign the letter.
I would love to sign a letter. That's wonderful, yeah.